Wonderful. There we go. So here we are for the Mindful Monday meditation, and this is our regular Monday session where we do a little bit of general relaxation meditation. We finish up with loving kindness meditation, and in the middle we do something a bit different. And over the next 4 weeks, I've got a little do a guided meditation thing, each one with a different theme, each about connecting with different qualities that are seasonal qualities as we move towards uh, Christmas and midwinter. And do you know what? 20, hang on, 19 days, and the days start drawing out. I mean, it'll be March before any of us knows it, but it's 19 days. So that's a wonderful thing. It's just a nice thought, if nothing else. So, just in case somebody's watching this for the first time, it's very simple. Just follow the instructions to the best of your ability. If I ask you to picture stuff, all I'm asking you to do is think about it however you think about it. Not everyone gets the images in their minds. I don't half the time. But as long as you're thinking about it and focusing on what you're thinking about, then you're doing it right. And yeah, so let's begin as we always begin. Ooh, we're gonna, yeah, just change my mind on how we're starting, but there we go. That'll be nice. I haven't done that one for a while. So have a stretch, have a fidget, get comfortable. Gonna just correct the back of the seat on here because it's slouched. That's better. Um, have a stretch, get comfortable. And we'll begin, as we always begin, with 3 deep breaths. And I don't want you to close your eyes and relax on the first breath. I don't want you to close your eyes and relax on the second breath, but on the third breath, as you breathe out, just allow your eyes to close just in the time that you need to take to let go, to relax, and to really get the most out of today's session. So, breathing in, hold it, and breathing out. Breathing in, hold it, breathing out. Breathing in, hold it, and breathing out. If you've not done so already, just allow your eyes to close as you return to your natural breath, that gentle rhythm and tide, that natural to and fro. It's been with you from the moment you were born. You don't have to think about it. It just flows, rising and falling. And as you're aware of the rising and falling of your breath, aware of the room where you're sitting or lying, and aware of the sound of my voice, you can begin to relax now. And become aware of the very soles of your feet. And just imagine them beginning to glow, becoming radiant with light. I don't know what color that light is for you today that allows you to relax deeply into this. But just become aware of the soles of your feet, glowing, radiant with light, and that light begins to fill your body from the feet up, filling the toes and the foot, rising up to the ankles, softening tensions and relaxing. From there up through the shins, the calves, softening and relaxing, soothing, healing light. Up through the knees, into the knees, relaxing, easing tensions, letting go. From there, up the upper legs, the thighs, up into the hips, glowing, radiant with light. And from there, up through the stomach, the lower back, to the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, the upper back, filling your body radiant with light, healing, soothing, and softening. From your shoulders, that light flows down the arms, to the elbows, to the wrists, to the tips of your fingers, glowing, radiant light. From the shoulders, up through the neck, to the jaw, back of the head, up through the muscles of the face and the back of the head, around to the crown of the head, up through the forehead to the crown of the head, till your whole body is radiant with light, glowing with light. And as you sit or lie there, bathing in the light body, you start moving that light around. So on your in-breath, just imagine that light is drawing up the right-hand side of your body whilst radiating out. And then as you breathe out, that light travels down the left-hand side of your body, radiating out. And as you breathe in, it comes back up the right and then back down the left. And just start circulating that light within the body. Up the right on the inside, in breath, and down the left on the out breath. And preparing to shift it. So on the in breath, you're breathing that light all the way up the back of you. So up the back of the legs, up through the back to the top of the head. As you breathe out, that light flows all the way down the front of you, all the way back down to the tips of your toes, radiating outwards as well. And continue to cycle that light within you. And it is said of the light body that if you were to practice no other meditation, that you would still reach enlightenment. So in a moment, we'll shift that again. We're going to be breathing in as we draw that light up the center, up our core to the top of the head. And then when it gets to the top of the head, imagine it fountaining out in all directions, creating a egg-like shape reaching the edges of the aura, just flowing in every direction. Back down on the out breath, breathing in. Then fountain that light out from the top and all around you. Continue on. And allow that radiant light to continue to spin and flow within you. As we move on to our second part of today's session, a meditation to help cultivate a sense of calm and openness to new opportunities. And as you're sat there breathing in and around and spinning that light within you, take a moment now to settle in even deeper than that. And whether you're seated or lying down, allowing your body to really relax into that space now, whatever that feels like for you. And just notice your breath. Not trying to change it, but just observing it as it flows in and out, naturally, effortlessly. And allow the rhythm of your breathing to remind you of something timeless, something steady. As you become aware of something timeless and steady, you can begin to notice the spaces between the breaths. The pauses, the stillness that already exists within you. It is yours. It always has been. And as you settle more now into this rhythm, you may begin to feel a deeper level of softening in your shoulders, in your jaw, and the tiny muscles around your eyes. It's as if every breath out carries away tension, and every breath in brings in ease. So just imagine now that each breath you take is a step down a gentle path. I don't know what that path looks like you, but a path that leads you to a place where your mind and heart can become very, very still. As you follow that path, with each breath, you may notice how your thoughts, like leaves floating on a stream, begin to drift away. There really is no need to hold on to them. They're just moving downstream, leaving space, leaving calm. And now picture yourself arriving at a serene lake. I wonder what that looks for you. Be there, see the things you see, hear the things you hear. Notice the air is fresh and the light here. Kind of air that feels like it's cleansing you just by breathing it in. And as you approach the lake, you notice how perfectly still its surface is. No ripples, no waves, just stillness. Like glass, reflecting the sky above. And just imagine yourself standing at the edge of this lake, feeling the ground beneath your feet solid and supportive. Take a moment to gaze into the water, noticing how it seems to invite you to let go, to be here, just as you are. And as you gaze into the water, perhaps you notice how your own thoughts begin to settle, like sediment drifting gently to the bottom of the lake. Each breath out allows more stillness to unfold. And as your thoughts settle, you may realize how easy it is to simply be here. Because here there is nothing to do, nothing to solve. Here you can simply be open. Open to whatever this moment has to offer. And so in this stillness, I'd like you to imagine that the surface of this lake represents your mind. Notice how clear and reflective it is, how open it feels. And beneath that surface, within the depths of this lake, lies something timeless, something vast. Perhaps it's a sense of potential, a sense of readiness, a knowing that all is well. And as you can imagine this, you may find yourself feeling curious. Curious about what's possible. Curious about what's waiting to unfold. Take a moment now to imagine dropping a small, smooth pebble into this lake. See it in your mind's eye, breaking the surface and sinking slowly, gently to the bottom. As it sinks, it creates ripples, tiny waves that move outward in perfect circles. And you might notice that these ripples feel like waves of readiness, waves of anticipation spreading through your entire being. With each ripple, you can feel yourself becoming more open, more present, more ready to receive whatever is meant for you. And as those ripples move through you, you can begin to notice how the idea of openness feels. Perhaps it feels light, like a soft breeze. Or maybe it feels expansive, like the first rays of sunlight breaking through the clouds. However it feels now, you can allow that feeling to grow, spreading through your body, through your mind, like warmth, like light. And you may begin to notice something interesting. That as you feel more open, more ready, you also feel more calm. Because readiness isn't about rushing or striving, it's about allowing. It's about trusting that everything you need will come to you in just the right way, at just the right time. And as you sit with this thought, you may realize that this sense of calm, this sense of readiness, is already within you. It's always been there, like the stillness of the lake. And now it's simply rising to the surface where you can feel it fully. Now imagine yourself stepping into the lake. The water is cool, refreshing, soothing. It surrounds you, holding you gently like a warm embrace. And as you step deeper into the water, you may imagine that it's washing away anything that no longer serves you. Any doubts, any fears, any hesitation. They simply dissolve, carried away by the water. And what remains is clarity. What remains is openness. What remains is a sense of quiet anticipation, like the stillness before the dawn. As you stand in this lake, imagine looking up at the sky above you. It's vast, endless, full of possibility. And as you may begin to feel deep within you, that same sense of vastness, that same sense of endless potential. It is as if the sky and the lake and you are all part of the same thing, all connected, all flowing together. And in this connection, you can feel a deep, quiet knowing that whatever comes next, you are ready. And so as you begin to bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, you can carry this feeling with you. This sense of stillness, this sense of openness, this sense of readiness, it's yours. It always has been. And as you move through your day, through your week, you can allow this feeling to guide you, to support you, to remind you that you are ready for whatever comes your way. And so, when you are ready, take a deep breath in, feeling the fullness of this moment, and then exhale, letting it all settle. And then gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing movement back into your body. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes knowing that you've taken this time to connect deeply with yourself, to cultivate a sense of calm, a sense of openness, a sense of readiness. And that feeling is something you can return to anytime you wish. And then when you're back from that, we'll pause the recording a moment. So let's move into our loving kindness meditation. A wonderful opportunity. Why do we do this? Well, we do this because one, it's good to send that compassion and that kindness out into the world, because let's face it, we all know the world needs it. But the beauty of this one is you can't send it out without sending it within as well. So when we're working with loving kindness meditation, we're not just developing compassion for others, we're developing it for ourselves. So have a fidget again, get comfortable if you're not already. And we'll just begin. We'll take our 3 breaths together. We've not long come out of a meditation, so it's always easier to slip back in and drift back into the next one afterwards. So let's just take 3 nice deep breaths together, and just whether you choose to close your eyes on the first breath to focus within and feel grounded, whether you take the second breath to close your eyes, focus within and feel grounded, or maybe take the third breath to just close your eyes and feel grounded. But whenever you choose to feel grounded now, let's begin. Taking a deep breath in, hold it, and just breathe out. Taking a second deep breath in, hold it, breathe out. Taking a third wonderful deep breath in, breathing in, and breathing out. Just allowing your eyes to close if you've not done so already. And there really is nothing to do. Just follow the words and allow this to speak to you. And I want you to imagine, picture yourself sat at a table. I don't know what that table looks like for you. Maybe it's like a picnic table, or maybe it's a big oak kitchen table. I don't know. Whatever that table looks like for you, just see yourself, be there now. See what you see, feel what you feel. Just sat by that table. I want you to notice that on that table are several glasses and a big jug of water. And that big jug of water is sitting in front of you. And I want you to think about kindness, unconditional kindness. The kind of kindness that gives and never expects back. In the same way that the sun warms and lightens our days, but never asks for anything back in return. As you think about that now, notice where you feel that sense of kindness, unconditional, within you. And as you begin to notice that now, wherever that is, whatever that is, allow that feeling, that sense of that to spin and flow within you. Spinning and flowing within you, moving and spinning within you. Just like the light body flowing and spinning and moving within you. As it gets faster and faster, building up speed, keep it spinning until no matter how hard you try, you cannot stop it. That sense of kindness, unconditional, is flowing and spinning within you. And then in your mind's eye, just imagine placing your hands on either side of that jug of water. And that sense of whatever that is unconditional kindness within you, loving and deep. Imagine it flowing like an energy or like a light out through your body, out through your hands and into that jug of water. Just imagine that wonderful, loving, kind energy flowing from you, imbibing and infusing that water with loving kindness. And as you rest your hands there, that loving kindness flowing from you into that water, however you do that, on the opposite side of the table, you see yourself sitting down. It may be you just as you are. It may be an aspect of yourself you've been struggling with. But you see that you there, and taking the jug, you pour some of that water charged with that loving kindness into one of the cups. And you pass it forward across the table, offering that to the other you. And your hands return to either side of the jug, holding that, letting that energy, that loving kindness flow. And that other you takes that water takes that liquid loving kindness, bringing the glass to their lips, drinks that glass down, filling them with that wonderful, wonderful water, that gift of loving kindness floating within it. That's right. And that youth steps back from the table, and then joining you in the chair appears either a family member or a friend, someone you care for. You love them, they love you, just see them there before you. Still with that energy flowing from you into that jug of water, you take the jug of water and you pour a second glass. Putting the jug back down, you pass that glass of liquid kindness across to that person, and they take the glass, bringing it to their lips, and you watch as they drink that kindness, that loving kindness you've sent them. Until every last drop's gone from that cup. That's right. And they stand up, leaving the table. And somebody, an acquaintance, somebody you don't really know, maybe you don't even know their name, it's just a face you might recognize in the crowd. Could be someone in a shop that served you every now and again, or just see that person in the chair. That person doesn't just represent them, they represent all those strangers, all those friends you don't know yet. As that loving kindness flows from you into the water, you pour a third cup of water, and you pass that across to them. They take that water and they drink that water. Till every last drop is gone. That loving kindness you have sent them flows within them. And that person stands up, leaves the table. And then somebody sits down, and this might be somebody that maybe you've found challenging or difficult in the past. They sit down before you, and that loving kindness is flowing from you into that water, into that jug. As you pour a fourth cup, you hand that cup across the table to that other person. You watch as they drink of that loving kindness that you've sent them. Every last drop flowing within them. You take, as they leave, they get up and stand away. Loving kindness still flowing through you into that jug of water, and there's still water left, so you pour out another cup. And taking that cup, you gently pour that water onto the earth, sending that loving kindness out around the world to all existences, feeding the earth with that loving kindness. Going back to the table, the others, you see there's one glass left, and the others come across and they pour that loving kindness, that water into that cup. And you take that cup yourself and you drink. And a bit like when we have a cold drink on a warm day, you can feel that loving kindness just soothing and cooling, going deep within you. That's right. Just take a little while longer in that silence to really embrace that loving kindness within you. That's right. Just allowing that sense of loving kindness to spin and flow within you. That's it. And so take a moment now just to settle into your body, being aware of that gentle rhythm of your breath. And as you listen, allow these words now to guide you into a place of steady grounding. Because sometimes the most powerful connection we can make is with the earth beneath us, the foundation that always supports us. You might imagine first a tree, a tall, wise tree with roots that reach deep into the soil. These roots know where to go, weaving through the earth, finding nourishment and stability. And as you think of this tree, you may feel your own connection to the ground beneath you, as if you too have roots extending down, anchoring you, holding you steady. And as those roots continue to grow, to hold you steady, imagine a river, a calm, flowing river winding its way through the landscape. The water knows exactly where to flow, shaping the land and carrying with it a sense of ease of movement. You might notice how, even in its constant motion, the river remains connected to the earth below it, always supported, always steady. And now imagine a mountain rising high, its peaks touching the sky, its base firm and unshakable. No matter what winds blow or storms pass, the mountain remains grounded, steady and unmovable. And as you think of this mountain, I wonder where you begin to feel that same strength within you. A sense of being solid, present, and deeply connected. And so as the tree, the river, the mountain weave together in your mind, notice how they all share a connection to the earth, how each one is supported by the same steady foundation. And just as they are rooted, flowing and grounded, you too can feel that deep connection. A connection that brings calm, clarity, and presence. So as you bring your awareness back to this moment, back to your body, you can carry with you the grounding of the tree, the flow of the river, and the steadiness of the mountain. Take a deep breath now, feeling that connection settle within you. And when you're ready to bring that grounding, that connection and that loving kindness back out into your day and into your week, then and only then you can gently begin to open your eyes now, bringing with you the strength and calm of this grounding into the rest of the week. And then when you're fully back, you can open your eyes, stretch, fidget, be here now, feeling good.